Okay guys, welcome to today's video where we're going to be testing out this FM-204 desoldering gun. So it's actually going to be a little bit of a setup and first kind of test run of this thing. As my regular subscribers know, I recently got an FM-203 and the whole point of buying the FM-203 was to replace this Anesty ZD-915, which requires the desoldering control box and the FM 2024 to do that. That's the whole reason why I purchased the 203, and now we're gonna actually get it all set up. So yeah, I have the JBC and I'm gonna have the Hakko right next to it. I'm gonna actually move it to where that's sitting. One of the things is that these kind of guns are a must to me, like where it doesn't have everything in it. Because they make the ones where it has the pump and everything on there, and I find those just too bulky, too heavy, and tiring to hold on to. I like these. I know the cords can be obnoxious on your workbench. I get that, but I just much rather have this really lightweight unit in my hand than that. That's the whole reason why I have, I bought this guy right here, and it's lasted me a long time. It's been a good unit for what I paid for that. That thing, I paid less for that than I paid for just this, not counting the FM-203 at all. Just this package here costs more than that thing did brand new. And it was good and it lasted me 2 years. It's really meant for hobby use, and I'm trying to do almost production level work here on the bench. So I've really kind of surpassed the capabilities of that Anesty. I'm wearing out the heating elements too fast in them. So it's time for it to get retired. So that's what's going to happen there. I will end up selling that probably for like 40 bucks to anybody that wants it. If you're a member of the Facebook group, just check out in there, because I'm going to ask in there if anybody wants it before I list it on like Facebook Marketplace locally. So yeah, first step to actually getting this thing set up is to plumb the pneumatic air for it. Now, it just uses this 6mm outer diameter, 4mm inner diameter hose, and then they come with these little connectors here. I'm not going to end up plumbing the whole thing, but I just wanted to show this real quick for anybody that's kind of interested in how, because you'll get this thing and you'll do like me, and be like, what the heck kind of connection is this on the back? Expecting it just have like a regular pneumatic connection. And yeah, I expected it to just have like the, what is it, like a 1/4 inch NTP thread on there, and I was just gonna thread on the regular thing, and I was like, oh no, it needs these, and I was like, oh, that's good. So I got the line dryer and all of that for it too, so that way it's just one of the cheap line dryers, more for the filter in case my air compressor spills its guts into the line. But yeah, so to these connectors, they work just like shark bites. All that you do, put it in there, wait, you get it in there good, and you go, oh, I got the wrong wire in there, or wrong line in there. You push down on it, just like a shark bite, and then you pull it right out. So just push down the little blue thing, it'll come right back out. So it's just like a shark bite if you've ever worked with those. So that was really all what I wanted to show on plumbing it is that. But yeah, I'll be putting one of these line dryers. It's got the regulator and on there. I'll be putting that underneath and then plumbing it. So yeah, I'm not going to show plumbing it just because y'all be bored out of your mind. It'll take me like 15 minutes to film that if I did. Okay, so let's talk about this initial setup here of it real quick. So this wire here goes to the back of the control box, just comes out of the back there. This one goes to your unit here. This goes there, and then your pneumatic line goes to your air compressor in the back. Now, the only thing that's really important with setup here is getting your air pressure set right, because, you can't plug this into the wrong port. There's only 2 ports on this thing, and it supports it on both ones, so that's not very difficult. You plug this thing into the wall, hook it up to that, hook it up here. You just can't screw this stuff up. But yeah, setting the air pressure is kind of the difficult part here, because if you read the manual and look at the manual, it says maximum pressure is, what was it, 882 kPa, which who even knows what that means? So Google says it's roughly 130 psi. So don't set it over 130 psi when it's not running. Now, the pressure that you want is 490 kPa while it's on. So when I say while it's on, that doesn't mean like when it's just turned on. It means like while you're pulling the trigger, and it's sucking air through it. So to get to that pressure, that's roughly 71 psi. So I'm just using my readout on this unit because they're sharing the same airline there, and got it pretty close there. It's a little bit lower, but it's not going to give me any problems there. So yeah, so when you set your pressure regulator, you really have to actually have this thing hooked up and running. You only have to have the control box on to do that. You don't actually have to turn on this. So when you just have the control box powered on, you can still operate this guy. So yeah, that's really all there is to set up. It's super easy to set up. And so now let's actually get into doing a test run of it and desoldering some stuff. I set it up a little bit differently than I originally thought I was going to. I ended up moving the JBC over that way a little more. This is just here temporarily, so that way we can do a side-by-side comparison, do a little desoldering. So let's go ahead and just turn these both on at the same time, so that way we can see the time difference in heating up. All right, so this one, I do have 2 switches I have to turn on. A little bit obnoxious, but yeah, we're on that port, and that one's heating up very, very slowly. This one I have to set a little bit higher, so yes, this is a higher temperature on here than what this is set to. This one's set to 365, this one's set to 380, just because it's a little bit low. It reads a little low. Probably can calibrate it, never bother trying, but yeah. We're already heated up on this one, so we'll go ahead and do a little test run of that while we wait on this guy. So here's what we'll be working on. Let's zoom this in. Yep, so we are ready to go with that. And as you can see, I did already test it a little bit. Look at that. So quiet. Like, I can talk over this. The other thing, I can't talk over it, which is why I always just do like fast forward scenes when I'm using that thing, because it's just so loud. Even once the air compressor kicks on, which the air compressor's here in the office, it's really not going to be any louder than that thing was. So we'll just keep doing this till that's ready. By the way, this can come off and then flip it over. Kind of feel like I have more control over it when it's like this. Looks like we're just about ready. And see, there's the air compressor on. Now mind, I do have noise canceling on my microphone here, so you're probably not going to hear it to the same, but then this is that. So I gotta wait for it to melt the solder. This is night and day difference. Like this thing sucks compared to that. I mean, I didn't know how much I was holding myself back using a cheaper tool. And this thing's loud too. I don't know if it picks it up on the microphone with the noise canceling. Probably not. All right, so now let's actually like compare the quality of the desoldering. Turn off this guy up here too. All right, so let's see. Looks like pretty much all the pins are loose. Those are loose. It looks like we still got the same quality out of it though. These are all desoldered and so are those. A lot of times you'll get a little bit left over, which is what I was just checking for there. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with this Hakko. It's a whole lot quieter, which is way better for me since I'm trying to film. and it heats up. Like I did this whole row pretty much before that was even ready to go. So yeah, I mean, I turned them both on at the same time. I actually had to turn on the control box afterwards, but you know, yeah, there's huge difference, huge difference to me. Is it worth the price difference though? Not unless you need it, in my opinion. If you're doing production level work, if you know you're in your office every single day, soldering every single day and using it every day, yes, it's worth it. But if you're a hobbyist, just get this. This is all you need, and this will get the job done, and it'll last. I've had this for 2 years, and I've been doing almost production level work here in the office for at least the last 6 months. So yeah, I mean, these things last. They're great for hobbyists and getting started. And once you hit that time for professional tools, I think the Hakko is the way to go. The JBC is just too expensive, in my opinion. That's what I have to say on that. Well, that was pretty painless. I almost always with this have like 5 or 6 pins that I have to hit over again just to get this thing off. But yeah, this is just a junk parts board. I think this will be the last part I salvage off of here. Probably the transformer too. Let me actually go ahead and get that off with this. Let's see if these are the thickest legs out of any of these things on here. Let me know if I got the right size tip. Yep. Painless, absolutely painless. This one was super corroded. Yeah, it's got like mud in it. I think it was like out in the rain, and it was covered in flux when I got it too. So yeah, it was just beyond salvageable. So it became a parts board, and now I'm salvaging the screens off for a future project. I want to do a project with these similar to this project here. Got the final version of this circuit board coming in, so I'll be doing a video on that soon. But yeah, hey, I'm happy with this tool purchase. I think it's a great investment in the workbench. It's going to save me a bunch of time. I'm going to sell this thing. I'll have it in the Facebook group if anybody's interested in it. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know throughout the video I said I was going to sell the Anesty ZD-915. Well, I had actually listed it in the Facebook group while I was recording the video, and it already sold. So maybe you should be members of the Facebook group if you wanted to buy it. If you aren't a member of the Facebook group, I'll have a link down in the description for it. It's not actually a fixed until broken Facebook group. It's just a Facebook group that I run that is a automotive circuit board repair specific group. So basically anybody that works on circuit boards for automotive use is welcome to it. And you don't have to like the channel to be a member of it. I promote it on the channel, so most of the members of the group probably are familiar with the channel. And yeah, so definitely check that out, so that way you don't miss opportunities like that. Because I like to, before I list stuff like that for sale on Facebook Marketplace, I like to put it in the group beforehand, so it gives people first dibs that I know we're actually going to use it, versus Facebook Marketplace. It may just go in somebody's closet, who knows. So yeah, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video though, and I will see you in the next one.